July 21st, we have a resurgence of Heather Jo Clark. You're taking on, it's not Kimberly, it's Kinberly Novaes.
Right.
I like
What's
the
funny is
matchup.
say it still sounds like Kimberly. When no matter if I say Kinberly or Kimberly, it's like you don't know this, right? It's weird.
I know, it must be like a Brazilian way of saying Kimberly. It might be their spelling, but I like the matchup because it's a stylistic matchup which goes well because her kind of striking on the feet very different from yours. So I'm quite interested on a tactical side on how the pair of you going to match up with this. But you're just probably happy to get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get back in there with a well seasoned vet, really. You know, someone who's been around not just for a while, but you know, has a lot of fights, has a lot of wins, fought some tough girls, beat Jessica Andrade at one point in her career. So yeah, I mean, to me, honestly, I do the best when I fight the best. I feel like, you know, minus maybe the last two fights. But other than that, I feel like, you know, when I'm sparring, when I'm fighting, I really arise to the occasion, and my opponents, their skills bring out my skills and make me look and shine even brighter, you know.
And we've got a Heather who's healthy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely haven't got any orbitals that are shattered that you're hiding. We're all good to go.
No, I mean, they wouldn't let me fight otherwise, you know. Yeah, no, you know, after my last fight, I was told that there was some issue with the plate that I had put in my eye that I got after the Carolina fight. But I fought Alexa with it, and that was fine. I saw a few doctors. You know, everyone kind of has an idea of what they think the risks involved are. When I got the plate put in, they told me that it was actually safer to go ahead and get the surgery with the plate, that I would be better off fighting. But because the doctor kind of put it back further than some other doctors said they would have put it, was why the risk was increased. You know, I have a pretty intuitive, a good intuition, and you know, I've sought out doctors. I feel like I've done my due diligence on everything, and I feel comfortable. I'm never in there, like, mind you, has that told me maybe I need to keep my hands a little bit higher? You know, does that tell me maybe I should move my head a little bit more? Absolutely. 3 orbital breaks and 3 fights is a good thing to say. Hey, maybe my defense is slacking a little bit. But as far as, you know, how that goes, and I'm healthy.
That's the key, is that we've got a healthy Heather. That's the fact that, because I was not sure what was going on. I suppose a lot of people on the MMA scene, that you didn't ever announce retirement, so we were just thinking, okay, you're having a break. People have breaks, their body needs to heal, and I'm glad that you're back now. You're obviously in Invicta FC. From what I heard, from what I've checked, this is your debut with Invicta, which it's crazy, because I always feel like Invicta is almost like a rite of passage in women's MMA, you know. And you've been in MMA for a while, and you haven't been in there yet, so this must be kind of cool. I'm sure you've experienced Invicta.
So I fought in XFC, which was a promotion that's not really around too much anymore. And they were a big promotion at the time. They were on Access or HDNet and then Access TV. And so I got some good exposure there. So I signed with them early on, kind of before, I think it was like maybe before Invicta even started, or was just starting. So I signed with them before. And then I kind of got stuck in another deal with them, because Bellator came to me. I had 1 fight left with XFC, and they said, "Will you fight Felice Herrig? We just wanted just 1 fight deal." And XFC said, "Sure, we'll let you do it on the contingency you fight with us with 4 more, you know, fight another contract." So I had to sign another contract because I wanted that fight. And then I fought, I think, like once or twice, and I broke my arm, so that took me out, you know, because I fought Felice, I broke it up, and then I fought a boxing fight. I fought 1 more time, and then the Ultimate Fighter was announced, and my contract was almost up in terms of time, so they let me out to go on the Ultimate Fighter.
So this is going to be a good experience for you then. The Invicta FC brand, I'm a big fan of it, you know, especially I think for women's MMA, it's ridiculously big. I think it's just, I'm a big fan of what Shannon does, and the whole team there, really, you know. TJ and Julie on the microphone when they're talking about breaking down the fights. Laura's doing a great job at post-fights and stuff and pre-fight interviews. It's just coming together so well as a promotion.
Yeah, it really is. It's very, I think, you know, it's super high quality. It's very professional. I feel like it's just right there with the UFC. It's, you know, so I'm really honored. I am honored to be able to have this experience, to be able to be a part of it and have it in my career. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm making a little bit less money. Maybe there's going to be a few less people watching it, but it really just, it means just as much to me, if not more, because of those things like you just said, of it being an all-women's thing and just being able to be a part of that. So I'm training so hard, and I'm really excited about it.
And this is the thing, it's a new home, but it's not just in MMA you've got a new home. In a promotion, you've got a new actual physical home. You've got a new everything is changed.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Big dog, but no, yeah, everything has kind of changed. It's been, you know, it's been an emotional roller coaster the last year and a half. Right after my fight with Alexa Grasso, you know, I had my nose. I had nose surgery, not because of the fight, actually. So weird that my nose bled so much in that fight and after the fight. But it was actually, I had I keep wanting to say incision, but a cut inside my nose that was why it was bleeding. So in the fight, it didn't actually break. And I knew because when I got my nose fixed, you know, a month after, they were like, no, it wasn't currently broke. It had been broke many times in the past, hence why it needed to be fixed. But yeah, it's crazy. But that's why I was out for so long. And then what happened with, you know, with my coach, and man, you know, it's still every day is like, I'm still in shock. You know, it's like,
I've met him once. I've met him. I feel honoured that I got to meet him once, and it was only brief, maybe 5-10 minutes to talk to him, and he was just a very giving person, giving his time, and yeah, just a great human being. Rob was. Yeah,
he was you know, one of my best friends. Definitely my closest coach. I've had some great coaches. You know, I've sought the best my whole life, but he and I just connected, and he understood me, and there were times, you know, even I was probably one of the most difficult athletes that he's ever had to work with, to be honest. You can confirm that with, I'm sure, a lot of sources, but it didn't stop him from giving me his best, from giving me, you know, his time, never being late to practice, to our privates, just going above and beyond, you know. So yeah, it's, you know, it's like, it's hard. It's really hard. It's still a kind of an unbelievable thing. But my new coach is great as well. I think he's really kind of bringing the best out of me as well, in a different way. And I just, yeah, he's been very gentle, I guess. I'm very thankful for that. Like, I found a coach that's not like, you know what I mean? Being like really rough, giving that tough love.
Yeah.
Under that right now, I'm like just so emotional and kind of opening up my heart again for another coach. And this Mark Montoya is like, he kind of is just like a friend, you know. He's very, very funny, very like relaxed, and just like, we love this. Come on, like, let's just have some fun, you know. And because of that, it's been an easier transition, I think. So I'm very thankful to be where I am. And I was recommended to him by a guy named Daryl Christian, who, you know, is a wrestling coach for a lot of the guys. And then he had said it first, and I was like, okay, I'll trust Daryl. I really liked, but it's an hour away. I'm like, so then I sought out Trevor Whitman. Yeah. I always say Whitman, and he confirmed that he was probably the best guy to go to as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can trust Trevor. He doesn't mince his words, and he knows what he's talking about. He's a good head to go with. Now, it's Colorado, if I'm correct. Colorado's got altitude, has it?
Yes, we're at about 5,500, 6,000, yeah.
So I've got to. I don't have altitude to that extent. I've not experienced it. What's that like when you would get? Obviously, I imagine that's part of the breaking you in gently bit because can't go full throttle first session. Just can't breathe.
I've lived here. So I moved here pretty much. I came out for Christmas, and I really only went back for a few days to get my stuff. So I've kind of been here since the end of December. So the altitude, I've been kind of acclimated for a few months before I actually started the hardcore training, thankfully.
And I believe as well, love is in the air, shall we say?
Yeah.
That's another bit. That's another piece of the puzzle that's just to add on to here. Jiu-jitsu, is it, your man?
So Connor Hune, you must not be an MMA fan for too long if you don't know who Connor is.
I am an MMA fan, but the problem is I've got a memory like a sieve with a lot of. I worked security on the doors for years, so I'm a face person. I see a face, I can put you in a place, but names, I'm really am
his
terrible.
Last fight was when Ronda and Nisha fought for the first time, Strike Force.
Oh gosh, now we're going back, aren't we? Ah, right, okay. So I'm trying. I remember the card because I did watch I went back on Fight Pass to watch a load of Strike Force stuff because Strike Force had some epic fights, like
absolutely.
Daly and Diaz.
Woo! Yeah.
That was lit. That was insane. So yeah, I do go back and watch those fights. But so you met when you moved there, or how did?
No. So I've known Connor for about 8 years. Well, we met 8 years ago at Jackson Winklejohn's. He had a girlfriend at the time. I had a boyfriend. So we just kind of met, not necessarily hanging out, but through the team and stuff like that. And then we have a lot of mutual friends. I'd heard about him, Adam Hunter, from MMA Posted. Him and Connor used to actually teach wrestling. So Connor he's from Colorado, but he used to train at Legends. So he's got his black belt under Eddie Bravo. And he used to train with Alan Juban and a lot of other guys that necessarily didn't make it to the UFC, but that was just kind of where he was at for a long time. So Adam and him were really close. Connor's been wrestling since he was 4. His dad was his wrestling coach. So that's his background. He wrestled at Ithaca College as well, and then started doing the MMA. So, yeah, I mean, we're hoping to start a 10th Planet maybe sometime in the near future as well. I've always really loved the 10th Planet system. I've really been intrigued with and trained with Eddie for many years when I'm in LA, and always pick his brain. I think he's just a fascinating guy and what he's done for the sport. I always think he's like the Picasso of BJJ, like he's just taken this art and made it something so different and so new age and so abstract. I really love it. So I hope to one day be a 10th Planet black belt myself.
Ooh, nice. I met Coach Casey. I've hung out with him. He is an awesome human being. Really
I've only
dude.
with him on the phone, business for like guard lab and the mouth guard stuff. But he's I've heard great things about him.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Yeah, because he's doing stuff in Las Vegas now. He's went from San Diego when he's went up there.
And California. He's got like 3 gyms, and he travels back and forth from California to Vegas like every week. It's crazy.
Wow, he is dedicated, that boy. Woo! I see a lot of the stuff because he's in the Performance Institute. I saw him with recently for Gina Mazzani's fight as well, so he's doing a lot of stuff there. But 10th Planet, I like that. I need to do more yoga. That's I'm not too bad I'm not a small lad. I'm a big boy. I'm not too bad for flexibility, but for me to do that 10th Planet stuff, I need to start getting my leg behind my head kind of thing. I'm not there yet.
That's the signature Eddie Bravo, like 10 Planet, like go-go platas and stuff like that. But there's so many things about the system that you don't, there's a lot of guys that can't do that.
Yeah, I call it. I'm fat man jitsu. That's what we call it. Me and all the guys at 200 plus, we call it fat man jitsu, and that's
it's a great way to lose weight. So
oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
big time. When I first ever put gi on, oh, I could not. That my problem was not the jiu-jitsu part. It was how hot it is. Oh my word, I couldn't get my head around it. But I've started doing hot yoga. I started doing that this year. Oh my word, that's insane.
Yeah.
Ooh, just. It's like a river pouring down my face. And then there's women who are like in their 30s, 40s. They're not even breaking a sweat. And they're shaking and just dripping. And they're just calm, cool, and collective little women. It blows my head. But
Yeah.
you're training, though. You've had Tisha popping up there doing some training, I see, as well. And you got a great kind of a roster of female fighters to train with as well. So I suppose that's a bonus for you being there, because the fear is you go to a new gym, they might not have A, the level of women you need, and B, any women at all.
Yeah. Well, the gym, Factory X, has a couple girls that are fairly new in the sport, in the sense they've been around a while, but I think one girl is one pro fight, Brittany Kamosi, and then there's another girl, Selena, making her pro debut in LFA. Both are fantastic, though, and there's another amateur girl, but they're great. They're great. They're pushing me. There's definitely, great to work with, really great females. And then, yes, outside of that, we have Tisha. She's in Colorado Springs, which is about an hour and a half. Rose is about 30 minutes away. So we're, and then their group, with Rose is usually with JJ and Cassie, and then Tisha's got Rocky, and then there's Sharon Jacobson down in Colorado Springs as well, and then we got a couple boxers, Michaela Mayer and Ginny Fuchs. So we have like a lot of women. We're just kind of spread out. So we're trying to do more stuff together and hoping, and then the last few weeks of my camp, I'll get some more of that high level work with them as well.
No, that's good. It's good that you're all kind of linking together. You're working not just to benefit you, but it's to benefit each other, and that's the key. Yeah.
Yesterday we had sparring, and it was, I'm not gonna lie, I was like nervous. I was like, I have just as much experience as these girls. There was a time I remember watching Tisha. Like I have, I don't know, she may have passed me up a number of fights now because of all my injuries. But, I was fighting pro before she was even. Mm-hmm. And so I'm seeing these girls, and then all of a sudden, here they are. She's ranked number 5, and JJ's, doing fantastic things in her, and Rose is the champ. And then, my old teammate Cheyenne's there, and she's in Invicta now, and Mallory Martin is a killer. So I'm walking in yesterday, and I'm just like, okay, like nerves. Like, this is good. It's like a fight. Okay, get it under control, and it's that roller coaster and everything. And I did good. Something that Robert Follis taught me a lot too, is when you're training, especially with women or men, anyone of that caliber. Yeah. You always ask them afterwards, what did you see? What was I doing? What were you catching? What was I doing a lot of? What did you see? And so I got some great notes too from Rose and Tisha. I think I forgot to ask JJ yesterday, but I know what she hit me with. So yeah, it's really it's great. I'm as humble as I can be all the time. I think another thing, Winkle John used to do that too. He wouldn't have us go up to the girl. Well, actually, sometimes he would have us ask our training partners. But he used to come up to me and ask me, like, when I'd spar Holly, like, what did you see? And I'd be like, Holly? Like, this is someone who had so much more experience, and you're asking me. But he said everybody sees something else. Everybody sees something different. So it was really cool, and it just reminds me that I'm here to learn, I'm here to grow, I'm here to get better. That's what it's all about, really.
It is. And the fact that you say that is key, because if you don't listen and then take it on board and then action that, you see a lot of fighters, they'll do certain things in their first few fights and they keep doing little traits, and it's the one, and that's what their Achilles heels are, Right. You've got to, this curve in MMA is a steep one. It's changing all the time. Yeah. I was out for 3 months training because my SI joint went and seized up, and I was basically just flat on the floor for 3 months. Well, when I got back into it, I felt slower, but then people are learning new things. So when you're rolling, people are catching you with X, Y, Z. It's even 3 months is bad. So, you know, you've always got to try and keep on top of things.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's your goal now. You're healthy, consistency, not just training, but competing as well now. You want to kind of get that consistency back, get that fluidity.
That's where I gotta take my watch off to show you this. But yeah, that's my little tattoo, and the thing Robert Paulus used to say is consistency over time equals results.
Ooh, nice. There
So
you go. Check
got
it
it
out.
on not right the head on the nail on the head, head on the nail, nail on the head.
Nail on the head, yeah.
Nail on consistency. Yes, consistency over time equals results. And yeah, I've had some days where even this camp that were very trying, and I had some really hard days that made me think, shit, what's going on? Am I pushing myself too quickly? Like, if I, no, you'll get it back. And I actually reached out to a couple teammates, Kevin Lee and Gina Mazzani, and I said, you guys help me. Like, what would Robert say right now? I need some flawless wisdom, and they both were great. Kevin Lee was in Asia.
Singapore, wasn't he? Yeah, doing a Singapore card, yeah.
And he got back to me right away, and Gina too. So that was really great. So I'm really blessed to have people that keeping that group together and still getting that support system.
And what I love about it is the way everyone talks about him still, the opinion they constantly, he is embedded in everyone he's touched. Because Kevin, for example, I've met Kevin several times now. I've chatted to him on the phone and all that. And the thing is with Kevin, obviously when he's talking, prepping for a fight, he's got a little bit of smack talk, and I like it. It's good smack talk. It's not awful Kobe Covington, awful attempt. But Kevin Lee's kind of got it really handled. But tell you what, people don't understand when Kevin Lee's not, doing all that. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Such a super humble, open, fun guy to talk to and hang around with. Just people don't see the person outside the fight. And I'm telling you, for example, I think obviously Robert had a huge influence on all of you, and it doesn't reflect just in the way you are in the cage. It's reflected in your life.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's a remarkable guy.
And we won't go on anymore because I don't want to let you. I
can
see you on the edge. I can see you holding that back. All right, so we're going to hold it together. What we're going to do is we're going to let everyone know what your social media is, Heather, so they can jump on for this Invicta FC 30th bout on the 21st July. I'll put it out there again.
21st. Social media across the board is Heather Jo Clark, and that's Heather J-O without the E, Clark. And I have a contest going on at the moment for anyone that purchases my walkout shirt. My bio's in my link for my Instagram. And it's a memento shirt for Robert Paulus. It has a heart on it. It has the C over T equals R, which is just to show that I have, his ideas, his whole legacy here in my heart forever. And then on the back it says Team Hurricane, and it says in loving memory of Robert Paulus. Proceeds go to his family. So really it's just a matter of, giving back to the fans that really support me, get the shirt to support him. And then I have some really good prizes that I'll be drawing for on Fight Week. So
see, I can't enter because the shipping to get to the UK, the US, there's a load of fighters that do. They go, oh, I'm bringing out t-shirts. I'm like, no.
Well, will they ship it to you? They will ship it to you.
They'll just ask for my kidneys. Is what they do. That's the price. The price now is 2 kidneys. It's going up every time. Okay, I need to borrow some.
You can still enter if you get the shirt, but don't get it in time. I'll still enter you into the drawing.
I'll get the shirt, and you just give it to someone else. All right, it's just I give up on getting anything. Duke Rufus was like, John, I'll send you some kit over.
Okay, so how about you purchase the shirt, you give me a name, I'll put their name, whoever's name you want, you get to pick. I put them in the drawing.
There we go. We could do that. There you go. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I've got a lot of people. I've got a lot of fight fans out there, so they'll all be enjoying that.
It's a really cool shirt.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
one of the guys from The Ultimate Fighter, one of the producers, bought one. I won't say who, just, you know, whatever. But he was a big fan of Robert's and a good friend of mine. And so he bought one, and he said he wore it to a car show. And he got so many compliments on it. So,
Oh, nice. Nice.
yeah, I think it's a very simple, very, you know, it's not like very, yeah. And it's his favorite color.
Too much is, it just takes away the focus on what it is. When people they do too much. What I liked was, remember the old school tap out t-shirts?
Yeah.
They're almost iconic, like Jens Pulver one where he was like an animated cartoon, like those classic tap out t-shirts. Like, I know a lot of people said they were kind of trashy. They weren't. They're just synonymous. They were just great. Like, it was simple, but it worked, and that's what it is always. You know, MMA. Sometimes the most simple thing is the most effective. An underhook. An underhook is more effective than anyone will ever understand if they go in the cage. I hate underhooks. I hate pummeling. I hate it. But it has to be done. We did. Oh God, sponsors. I need your sponsors.
Oh, sponsors. Yes. I know I'm gonna mess. Okay, so Polar. Polar's been behind me for a really long time. I keep my heart rate monitored all the time during training. Garden of Life is there behind me for the last few years as well. I'm like looking around. Hold on, I gotta pull up because I know I'm gonna forget.
Here is the t-shirt, people. You can just have a little gander on there. There's the t-shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
Sit right there. Okay, so we got egg weights. Those cool little weights that you can punch with.
Yes.
They're great. They're going to be doing a giveaway as well. Fighter Alias. We got V-Dog food. I know it seems crazy. It's vegan dog food.
But you got dogs.
I have a dog, and he started... He was turned 5, started getting tumors, and I got really nervous. And I know that when people get cancer or get anything, and they go on a vegan diet, they have had a lot of turnaround and stuff. And I give him CBD oil and stuff as well. But the tumors have not gotten any bigger since he's been on the vegan dog food.
I have a friend who actually came out of recovery. I want to say 6 months ago, but I might be wrong-ish. Same thing. Went to the vegan side to assist with the process and the healing, and still sticks to it now. So I love bacon too much. Well, 2 slices of bread and a bit of bacon. It's just for me. I can't say no. I would be
alternatives out there, and just watch all those videos, and you'll stop. It won't be a problem.
But do you know, if you interrogated me, you just put that in front of me, I'd probably tell you anything you wanted. I'm too weak. I'm too weak for bacon. That's my problem.
Okay, well, hopefully one day you'll have a relationship with some pig. It will come up in your life, and it'll be done.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Pigs are amazing.
I've seen Babe.
Okay, so we got V-Dog food, Hollow Top ice cream. Have you heard of that? It's like those ice creams that are high in protein and low in low calories.
No, but I want to.
So they have dairy-free and regular ones. So I'm going to be giving some of those, and a Guard Lab custom mouth guard. So it's not a custom fit, like it's a boil and bite. It's semi-custom, but you can put whatever you want on it. So if you wanted whatever name or logo or color, so I'm giving that away as well. And a J. Lou bag, which is a really cool bag that's they got behind a lot of women fighters. So J. Lou bags.
J. Lou bags. There you go. So that's great having those sponsors that are there, because, as you know, big part of fight camps, part of fight life. Really, it's huge. It is. So I'm super happy you've got those people there backing you up. And
I'm looking for more. I have a few more spots in my my banner and my shorts. So hit me up if you're interested.
There we go. Well, I've got someone who does media stuff, and he does really cool, like, kind of media MMA videos and that. So I'll have a word of him. And last but not least, give a shout out to the gym. I know we've talked about it, but just give shout outs to people we might not have mentioned as well.
To my gym, my training partners, to all the girls that are in Colorado that are cross training with me and helping me, and you know, obviously my family, my boyfriend's is my rock right now. I seriously couldn't be doing this camp without him in so many ways. So yeah, and for people like you that have the interest in us fighters, women, male, whatever, just to keep people interested in, and you know, watching what we're doing in the journey, because this is what it's about. It's fight night is just one night that kind of you get a chance to show what you've been working on, but it's really the journey that is really the interesting part, I think. So thank you for sharing my journey.
And that's what I want to do. I want people to hear. I want as many people to hear the journey so they get to connect more with Heather. And also, big shout out to the pup behind.
To the who? My dog?
The pup, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. We got two beautiful dogs, Benny the Jet and Bugsy. Yeah, they really, you know, how do you live without dogs? I don't know. They're
dogs is people.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Oh no,
Maybe,
yeah.
Like,
you come
always.
and they give you that. It's like there's nothing better than that. Yeah. Like I want to get home just because I can't wait for that cuddle time. You know?
Yeah, because it's like they've seen you for the first time every time.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, Emma, thank you so much for your time. It means a lot. Honestly, have a great fight camp.
Thanks.
I'm going to be tuning in. Even though I'm across the pond, I always stay up till the early hours to watch Invicta FC because it's a badass promotion with awesome fights. So, and
Thank you.
It's going to be great to watch. Honestly, have an awesome fight camp. Enjoy your time with your friends, family, training, everything. Just have a great time.
You got it. Thank you so much.